Hi, my name is Miss Pam, and I'm from Building Blocks Child Development Center here in Spencer, West Virginia. And I have a book to read, a craft that's also a game that we can play today. Our book today is called The Best Gingerbread Race Ever. We'll see how it goes. Tiny Tinsel was made of gingerbread. He was a little spicy, a lot sweet, extra shiny, and super-de-duper tiny. But being small didn't hold him back from his favorite day of all. Welcome to the gingerbread race. One lucky winner will take home the sweetest gingerbread trophy ever. But who will it be? Good luck finding a way around that fluffy fur. It's the Cotton Candy Yeti. Here's Sprinkletoes. She leaves a trail of sprinkles wherever she goes. There's Lucky Licorice, his long legs leap unbelievable lengths. Bubblegum Berry, the bubblegum paws bounce him high into the sky. There's Giggling Gumdrop, her wand fires gumdrops when she giggles. And Tiny Tinsel. Down here, he may be tiny, but his heart is mighty. Tiny Tinsel knew he was the underdog, but he dreamed of running in the great gingerbread race ever since his first day out of the oven. He practiced running laps around his hot chocolate pond and leaping over stacks of marshmallows. Now it was finally his time to shine. With a toot of a lollipop whistle, the racers were off. Tiny Tinsel was already far behind, but he didn't let that get him down. He ran, skipped, and hopped until he noticed something odd up ahead. Sprinkletoes and Cotton Candy Yeti were stuck together and surrounded by a sea of sprinkles. "Oh, my frosting! What happened here?" asked Tiny Tinsel. "Cotton Candy Yeti tripped on my sprinkles and landed right on top of me," said Sprinkletoes. This was the perfect time for Tiny Tinsel to get ahead. But he looked down at his big shiny heart, and his tiny feet were perfect for tiptoeing around the sprinkles without slipping. Then he pulled the Sprinkletoes free. Using his shimmering icing, he made her a pair of shoes to keep her sprinkles from spilling and Yeti from falling. Then they all raced off together until... "Oh, my frosting, what happened here?" asked Tiny Tinsel. "I can't stop laughing. Those butterscotch birds won't stop telling jokes," Lucky Licorice said. "I tried to dodge your gumdrops, but got tangled up instead." This was the perfect time for Tiny Tinsel to get ahead. But he looked down at his big shiny heart, and Tiny Tinsel's hands were perfect for undoing even tinier knots. "Yippee! My legs are free!" Cotton Candy Yeti stuffed big tufts of blue fluff in Giggly Gumdrop's ears. "I can't hear any more jokes." Then they all raced off together until... it was none other than the Bubblegum Berry stuck in a peppermint tree. "Oh, my frosting, what happened here?" asked Tiny Tinsel. "I bounced so high, I landed in this tree, and now I'm stuck." This was the perfect time for Tiny Tinsel to get ahead. But he looked down at his big shiny heart, and Tiny Tinsel was light enough to be easily lifted to the top of the tree. Then he ninja chopped Bubblegum Berry free. "Hooray! I get to bounce another day!" Then they all raced off together until they came across a raging root beer river with the finish line just on the other side. "What on eggnog's earth are we to do?" asked Sprinkletoes. But Tiny Tinsel already knew. They tied one end of a long piece of licorice to a donut tree. Then Bubblegum Berry bounced across the river, landing with a squish on a marshmallow bush. "Hooray!" He tied the other end to a tall lollipop. Then, with a hoot and a holler, the others quickly followed. When everyone landed, They looked toward the finish line. But who should win the race? I'd still be a tangled mess of licorice. If it weren't for Tiny Tinsel, I'd still be spewing sprinkles. I'd still be giggling up a storm, and I'd still be stickety stuck in that tree. That wasn't just me, said Tiny Tinsel. That was a whole lot of we. I got one more idea, something the crowd will never expect. They crossed the finish line together. You're all winners, the announcer cheered. It was the best gingerbread race ever, thanks to Tiny Tinsel's big heart. The end. That was a good book. Oh, like that. Everyone helped everybody. And yeah, you could see somebody down and go, you'll be all right. You can figure it out yourself. But you know what? It was very nice of Tiny Tinsel to stop and help. That was a very good thing to do. And that's what good friends do. And when you see somebody that needs a little help, you just stop for a minute, help them out. Because remember, next time, it could be you that's stuck in the bubble gum, or stuck in the peppermint tree, or stuck in to the cotton candy Yeti. You just never know. So we're going to make us a gingerbread man. All right. So I got a piece of brown construction paper, and I have my pattern. I'm going to set my pattern down here, and to see on that dark paper right there, I have a white pencil. I'm going to take my white pencil, and we're going to draw all the way around with my pencil right up against the paper, right up against my pattern. I'm going to draw all the way around our gingerbread man. Now, you can make you a pattern out of for a gingerbread man, out of a piece of cardboard, or you could just do it out of a piece of paper. You can have an adult help you if you need something, because this big heavy paper that I'm using is called cardstock, and it's kind of hard to cut with little hands and little scissors, so it kind of needs an adult. All right, are you ready? There he is. There's our gingerbread man. So what we're going to do is we're going to play us a game. So I have some pieces of paper here. All right, and all my pieces of papers are all folded up, and inside there is a number. And I've got the numbers 1 through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to shake them all up in my hand and drop them down. Now, if I get a number 1, I'm going to draw my eyes. If I get a number 2, I'm going to do my mouth. If I get a number 3, I'm going to make a nose. And number 4, I'm going to get my buttons. Number 5, I'm going to put a hair or a hat on my gingerbread man. And number 6, I'm going to put either a skirt or maybe a pair of pants on my gingerbread man. Alright, so I got my pieces of paper. Now, if you have a dice, you could use a dice and you could roll it. But I don't have one of those, and maybe you don't either. So I took some little tiny pieces of paper, wrote the numbers on them. I'm going to shake them up and lay them down. Alright, so let's see. I think I'm going to take this one first. I'm going to open it up, and that is the number 2. Now, according to my paper here, 2 means that I have to draw my mouth. Alright, so I've got my markers here, and I think I'm going to give him a blue mouth. And I think I'm going to draw his mouth right about, I think there would be good. There's his mouth. Alright, now let's see what the next number is. The next number is a 4. So we're going to look at our piece of paper over here, and it says 4. We're going to put some buttons on our gingerbread. So for my buttons, I have some little teeny tiny stickers. Alright, and I got those at I may have got those at the dollar store. I may have gotten them at Walmart. It's hard to tell. So I'm going to take them and I'm going to pinch them over there. How many buttons do you think I need? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll use 4 buttons. All right, let's see what number we get next. It's going to be a number 3. Now I'm going to look at my number 3. I find my number 3. And it says that I'm going to make a nose. All right. Well, I think I'm going to give him a big dot of a nose. And I think I'm going to give him a red nose. So I got my dots here, and I got my nose, and oh, I stuck to my paper, and I think I'm going to put his nose right there. All right, so let's get us another number. Another number is going to be 6. It has a line underneath it right here, and the reason it has a line underneath of it, because if I picked it up and looked like this, somebody might think that was a 9, that I didn't get my hoop and my line right close enough together. So on 6s and 9s, we put a line underneath them. And number 6 says that I have to put on a skirt or a pair of pants. Well, I have some paper over here, and this is my scrap paper that I cut with my fancy scissors. And I think I'm going to cut, let's see how wide my gingerbread man is. Well, to measure it. Alright. And I think I want my my skirt to be right there. Alright. So I'm going to put a dot right. Let me scoot it over a little bit. I'm going to put a dot right there. I'm going to put a dot right there. And that is where I'm going to cut down on my paper. I'm going to cut this way on this side, and this way on this side. And I made my gingerbread man, gingerbread girl, and I made her a little skirt to put on. There she goes. All right, now let's see, what is our next piece of paper going to tell us to do? It says we need a 1. And it says we're going to draw eyes. There's our number 1 right there. Okay. Now, you can draw some eyes, or you could have some googly eyes. I think I used googly eyes on my gingerbread man. And we're going to put our googly eyes right. Oh, that one's a big eye and a little eye. Are those the same size eyes? Yeah, they are. There's our googly eyes for our gingerbread man. All right, we just have 1 left. And that is the number 5. There's our number 5. So, we'll find number 5 on our list. And it says that we have to put a hair or a hat on our gingerbread man. And I think I'm going to make my gingerbread man a hat. And I think I'm going to make him, I got my piece of paper here. And let's see, what kind of hat should we have? You know what? It's almost time for Christmas. We'll make him a red hat. And put a red hat right on our gingerbread man. And there you go, look at that. We looked at our numbers, and we got them all together, and we ended up making a pretty cool looking gingerbread man. I like it. Looks good. Okay, well, that is it for me today. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed our book and drawing our gingerbread man. And you can use buttons, and instead of gluing all your stuff down, you can put them on there and use it as a game. And then maybe you want to take everything off your gingerbread man and do it over again. You could have a gingerbread game, Everybody take their pieces of paper and put it all together and see who gets their gingerbread done first. Pretty cool game. Alright, well, that's it for me, and I hope you have fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye.